as a survivor of narcissistic abuse, then you most likely experience the phenomena that the narcissist seems to chase you. And you will see where the spirit moves from person to person. So essentially, you're dealing with the same devil, but a different face. So that is what we're going to be delving into in today's podcast episode. So who are pathological narcissists? Pathological narcissists essentially are people that have accepted an evil spirit or spirits. So if you're dealing with someone and let's say the person's name is Tom, then you can consider Tom dead. So Tom died sometime in childhood and he was overwritten by an evil spirit. This is because we are a spirit operating a human body with access to tools, namely our mind power, our willpower, and our emotions. At our core, we are spirit. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So it is completely possible for someone to die spiritually, but their bodies are moving around on this planet. And this would be similar to what you may call a zombie. Now, when we're talking about pathological narcissists, again, we're talking about someone that has accepted an evil spirit. So they have accepted darkness. And this began sometime in their developmental years, where they essentially sold their souls. So oftentimes you'll hear me refer to them as dark souls or lost souls, because they have accepted darkness. So you will see where the narcissist will seem to chase you, and it will move from person to person. The same devil with a different face. It is the same spirit that is hunting you. And this is because that dark spirit wants to consume your light. So understand that when we're talking about the human spirit here, you can also call this light or light force, source energy, the watcher, prana, chi, etc. At your core, you are spirit. However, at their core, pathological narcissists have a very dim spirit. Their lights are very dim. So a quick analogy that I like to use to explain this is the star analogy. So understand that you are a star. You are a ball of glowing light at your core, because again, at your core, you are spirit. So let's say your luminosity is 95%. Again, you're a big ball of glowing light like a star. Now, pathological narcissists are also stars. However, they are black holes. Black holes are stars. They are stars that lost their light. So they are very dim. They are very dark. And understand that black holes consume light. They are an inverted star. And this is why they must consume your light. So their luminosity is more so at about 10%. So if your luminosity is at 90 or 95%, and then you get into a relationship with one of these individuals, then they're going to drag you down to their level. And this is why it feels like the life force is being drained out of you when you're in entanglements with these individuals, because that is exactly what is happening. They have to consume your light force energy. And this is because they essentially gave up on life. They dissociated in childhood, where they abandoned their true selves, their true spirits, for a false self or a mask, that which we call the ego. So they abandoned their light source, so they must connect to yours. You are their supply. You are their narcissistic supply. Because they cannot supply themselves, because again, they do not have a true spirit. They abandoned their spirits in childhood. So what you're really dealing with today is a walking black hole. A black hole that consumes light. It only consumes So understand that as a light being, when pathological narcissists look at you, you look like a big ball of glowing light. This may not be as obvious to you because you're just a star. That is how you are. So imagine that pathological narcissists are in a very dark room and then you come in with your candle, you come in with your light. It is very obvious to them from the dimension where they are. So they see that you are at peace with yourself. They see that you can revive your energy. When you go down, you eventually go up. You never stay down. However, they have been stuck in the third dimension for such a long time that your glowing light is very obvious to them. And they must extinguish your light because water must meet its own level. Because they are unable to ascend, then they will want you to descend into the dimension where they are in. Again, black holes only consume light. They do not have any light to give to you. And this is why oftentimes in these relationships, you will see where they do not want to truly compliment you. Again, they're not going to pour any light into you. They're actually in a competition with you. They want to pull you down like crabs in a barrel. Narcissists are haters. They envy your light. And an envious person is a very dangerous person because they do not like you. They want to extinguish your light. They want you down in the pits where they are. They are the misery that is looking for company because, again, they do not have any joy inside. They do not have any love inside. They do not have any compassion inside. They are filled with shame and guilt and apathy and rage, and that is what they have to give. So if you squeeze an orange, you get orange juice. If you squeeze a grape, you'll get grape juice. If you squeeze a narcissist, what you'll get is exactly what is inside of them, which is a whole bunch of darkness. So as survivors, it is important that you learn how to heal properly, because if you don't heal properly, then you will see where more and more narcissists will try to come into your life. And this is because there are childhood wounds that you must heal. So think of this kind of like a physical wound, right? You're bleeding and you're in the ocean. So sharks are going to smell the blood and they're going to circle you. And this is why you'll see where that narcissistic spirit will move from person to person. Again, same devil but a different face because it wants to feed. So when you detect these individuals, you must cut them off. You cut off the narcissist directly and any of their enablers, or what you may hear being referred to as being called flying monkeys. The flying monkeys are their enablers. They are on the side of the narcissist. They enable their inappropriate behavior. You must blow the bridge up when you're dealing with pathological narcissists. You must go no contact. If you give them an inch, they will take a mile. They are boundaryless individuals, so they will break your boundaries.